Hi. So, behind me we have a Jewish American gallery, essentially detailing the history of Jewry throughout the ages and their journey to America. So, I'll be doing that just now. So, I ended up going to the Skirball Cultural Center up near the 405 for my cultural plunge to learn about American Jews. Um, it was something I felt I could I could bother to learn more about. Um, the Jewish experience in America has been unique, and I think it has a lot of parallels to the Asian experience as a model minority. So I was hoping to see how they fared and learn a little bit more about their journey. So my prior knowledge before this experience of the Hanukkah festival was that uh, the American Jewish community would be rather uh, conservative, and that's something that I just feel would I feel came about as a stereotype of their success in American society as wealthy business owners and lawyers and doctors, etc., etc. And I found that to be very untrue. So I suppose from the emic perspective, American Jews appear as a solid monolithic figure, and some a very successful one at that. And from what I've seen from the I suppose, inside perspective is that it's almost completely opposite. American Jewry has a very rich diversity to it. You have Sephards, the Jews from who could trace their history all the way to Christian and Muslim Spain. Ashkenazi, Jews from Eastern Europe. The Jewish diaspora is really something that I believe brings a lot of diversity to the overall Jewish experience. Now, my evidence for that would be the multiple examples of different Jewish culture and different Jewish traditions coming from those different places of Spain, Britain, France, Italy, etc., etc. So before the experience, obviously, I had already had my preconceived notions of what to expect. Uh, I wasn't looking to be impressed. I was just kind of looking to do the assignment. During the experience, I kind of had myself getting into it. It was a Hanukkah festival, and there was a lot of music, some food, and a lot of just culture in general, and I really appreciated that. After the experience, I find myself just more aware of the exceptionalities, I believe, of American Jewry, the history that I think all Jews apparently carry on their backs. Um, Something I thought was extremely eye-opening, especially in the context of myself, whose history probably only stretches back about 70 years. So having a culture that could trace their history back, I don't know, close to 3,000 years is something I think is hard to wrap my head around. Um, but nonetheless, very impressive for all of that. As far as any fears I've had to this experience, I was worried that I was going to be treated as an outcast, and I didn't really feel that. I kind of just had to let myself out there and be excited to take part in another person's culture, which I found not difficult at all. Now, in this setting, I feel like other people saw me as more of a tourist. I was helped very frequently, and it kind of made my day pretty great. They also kind of saw me as a weirdo because I went around uh, book readings, asking them if they wouldn't mind if I recorded them for an assignment, and then they had that look that said, "Why are you here, you weirdo?" And I quickly walked away to another exhibit, and we'll never speak about that again. So, in my experience, I believe that the neurodevelopment constructs that I saw and or activated in my brain were centered around language, or not language, memory, and social cognition. Just the experience itself is going to see something that sticks in my head for a while, and the social cognition of just being aware of other cultures is something that always is just going to be on my mind. Um, and that's something I could very easily bring to my educational practices in the form of empathy and other socially aware and culturally aware constructs. Finally, I like to leave you with the choir that I saw at the festival singing "This Is Me" from The Greatest Showman.